Podcast. Man, this crazy. This some crazy energy. So this cult man here, he put 3 females on your path to spiritually attack you. I don't know if this is happened already or if it's gonna happen like in the future. But one of them is gonna pass away. One of them is gonna have a heart attack, a massive heart attack. They did or they will. It's going to be a water sign female. It's going to be a water sign female. And this is the truth. Because whatever this is that they try to do to you, they sent a monitoring spirit. If you've been seeing like blackbirds flying over your head or blackbirds on your path, trying to run faster than your car can drive, then that is somebody spiritually attacking you, and they are sending monitoring spirits to monitor you through the utilization of working with blackbirds. The woman is going to die, and she's going to be over there with the devil. Now, these 2 females right here, they got to walk away because they attacked you and you whooped their ass. Because you see how those 4 swords are stuck up right there around you? You are protected. And they basically was coming in spiritual realm to try to kill you off or something like that. That's why they got on all black and you do too. And you ended up killing one of them, or she ended up killing herself, thinking that she could do more than what she could do or knew more than what she knew. It's a water sign female. Yeah. And whatever they did to you, see how it cracked that right there, that rock, that boulder? Yeah, no. She died. And these other 2 females right here that just was up at the top, they are going to be homeless on the street. They are put out of the coven. They are put out of the cult because it's people that's feeling like these 2 girls are cursed. And they don't know when their last day is going to be. So somebody want to come in and apologize because they've been watching you overcome all of whatever this is that people have done to you. Yeah, for sure. It's like these 2 people want to come in because they have been watching you. These people are watching you travel. They watching you like flourish. And they watched you flawlessly take their homegirl out in the spiritual realm. And it was 3 against 1. At least they thought confirmation. Because you had some spiritual protection that they must have couldn't see. Yeah, they gave you the strength and the power to take that girl out, to make her take herself out, basically. With the ritual, she took herself out with the ritual. You see the one in the middle is black. Yeah. And it could have mean that she lied and said that she knew something that she didn't know. Said she had some kind of connection with the devil or something like that. She could have said she'd be giving the devil head or something. I don't know. I really don't. But she was lying. And she died. And she died. For sure. And God is sitting over here like, yeah, nah, you see? Now that's what happened. That's what happens when you be messing with the wrong people and when you be doing too much. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure who energy this is.
It's 11:54 Alaska time. So we're going to do a self-love message, but it's going to be kind of different because it just hit me now. So we're going to do it this way, okay? So, all right, this is 614. So 614 is somebody's number. So I'm going to play this video. All right. What's her name? It's not her name. Spiritual to the Self, right? Now I'm going to play it from where I caught something that said, hey, pick this up, right? So listen real quick.
It says demonic attacks and torture. Becoming a zombie or NPC, disconnected and soulless. So like that's what they're paying for. They thought that they were going to be hidden to plant something new here. Again, it has to do with some kind of entity. They look at a racial entity. They try to plant like in your subconscious, in your mind. So that way you wouldn't be able to rise from it, so like not be able to recover. You wouldn't be able to cleanse out your energy. And you wouldn't be able to love yourself. So it all has to do with you being able to love yourself, not being able to cleanse yourself of this entity. However, your self-love here is part of your purpose. You got assistance here through telepathic messages. They know that you're telepathic as well. 222 is the angel number, bring about to all areas of your life. It's a very crucial angel number for like the past 2 weeks. It's just been coming out astrologically as well as in the tarot. Yeah, that told you how to get abundance. Ancestors.
Okay, so now you guys caught on to that. So, yeah. Oh. Well, thank you, Mama. All right, so the whole part is evil entity, right? So most people have not seen it, but if you have, I'm going to show you. You're going to see exactly what I'm showing you. That's me in the 80s. You can see it, right? Evil entity that wants you to not love yourself. But this entity wind up falling for me. So again, I'm going to go to a scripture because I've only seen it worded like this. So I'm in Tobit, chapter 6, and I'm going to read, I'm in verse, where am I at? 14. And I'm going to read it while we do that, because remember how she said there's an evil entity that's going to stop you from self-love. In case you're in the same energy as me. It's clicking to me, so I'm doing it as a, see how this is going to pop up, because the whole key is to love yourself. We do this with self-love messages, right? So, and now I'm the only son of my father, and I'm afraid, at least if I go in unto her, I die as the others before. For a wicked spirit loves her, which hurts nobody but those which come unto her who try to. Wherefore I also fear, lest I die and bring my father and my mother's life because of me to the grave with sorrow, for they have no other son to bury them. He's the only son. Now this man is still, but he's traveling with the angel to repay a debt that his father owed to somebody. He gives him the money so he can go on a journey because his father's too old. You self-loving. Now understand what came out. The 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, upright, believing in yourself because you're blessed, right? So when I say that my family, the Francis and the Hicks family, practiced nasty things, as you can see, like I said, this is from the 80s. That's me in the front with the glasses. They didn't want nobody to be with me. Like, really. We've had freaking 3, and they all backstabbed me for money. All 3 of them. All 3. The key, as she says, to this is to be in self-love. What's this say? In reverse. To be the best you can be, but it's in reverse. Well, who would do that? That would be the ones who sent it. I'm going to play the video again from the whole thing. And then listen, this is why self-love is important. Okay? Check it out. We're going to start it again.
Right? And with number 5 being here, that's creative expression. Your ancestors made themselves heard. 5 of Swords, right? You mean? Yeah. They came into this family trying to group together to get some kind of celebration here. Your ancestors were very territorial and protective over you. They are. They're killed. And they made a very, very quick decision. They're killed. That's why I detached from my family. And these people are trying to conjure something to affect your intuition by doing sex magic here. Because they see how confident you are and they're unable to bind themselves to you. They didn't have any kind of luck either because your spiritual protector caught them as well. Because you are meant to forge a new path where there isn't one. And these people's path is now blocked for what they were dedicated to being hidden enemies. They're unable to bind you to terrible relationships. They're unable to siphon your energy. They're unable to divination spy on your life that you're getting to move forward. You've been cleared of all the smoke. We got the stag being here, number 8, your 8th house, your legacy, but it's also the laws of karma. The stag stands for royalty, authority. It's the lord of the forest. So you have multiple beings here, your ancestors, your spiritual guardian. You also have like Cernunos being here protecting you and bringing these people karma. Like they're unable to siphon off you. They're unable to bind themselves to you. They're unable to like bind your relationship, like kind of bind you to karmic cycles. They're unable to do that. They don't have luck. They see how confident you are. They don't like it. But they're also unable to divination wise. So they're unable to get accurate information about you by pulling cards.
Reverse.
So it's like, again, they try to go to the source, which is drink. Trying to see what you're thinking about, and then they got caught. They got caught by more than one spiritual being. It says demonic tax and torture. Becoming a zombie or NPC, disconnected and soulless. So like that's what they're paying for. They thought that they were going to be hidden to plant something new here. Again, it has to do with some kind of entity, a low racial entity. They try to plan, like in your subconscious, in your mind, so that way you wouldn't be able to rise from it, so like not be able to recover. You wouldn't be able to cleanse out your energy. And you wouldn't be able to love yourself. So it all has to do with you being able to love yourself, about being able to cleanse yourself of this entity. However, your self-love here is part of your purpose. And you got assistance here through telepathic messages. They know that you're telepathic as well. 222 is the end of the ring of balance for all areas of your life. It's a very crucial angel number for like the past 2 weeks. It's just been coming out astrologically as well as the tarot. Yeah, that told you how to get abundance.
Okay. This is a representation of a vision I had years ago. And check this out. Just so we can show you show and tell, because I love show and tell. So I popped in, as you can see, the word 3 spirits at the top. And there's only 2. Now you can see the date. It says 19 at the bottom. So I'm gonna let you understand what I saw in this vision. Well, I do this because this is self-love. So literally, I walked through a door. As I took a step away from the door, say this is the door. I walked through the door closed. There was nothing but darkness, but here's me, and there was this light orbing me. I wasn't afraid because used to being in dark. All of a sudden, in the distance, I saw this pedestal covered in light. And that's what this woman Rhea represents here. She was laying on a pedestal covered in light. It was the only light in the room after I walked through the door. So as I take a step off to my left, it's like I'm there right now. Boom, this thing that looked like a light post. You know those old school light posts that had the hook on it? A light popped up. Then all of a sudden, this very petite, thin woman pops up. And then her gaze focused on me because I'm still walking. And I could tell that they wanted to attack me. They wanted to attack me. So I step over and go this way away because it appeared to me that the whatever it was, we're calling it an evil spirit. It couldn't go past where the light was. It was like as if it was trapped under the light of whoever it was. As I walk, boom, another one pops off to the right. Same kind of light pulse, but this one, it was a more heavier set than the first one. Surrounded in the freaking light, it couldn't go past. As I began to walk, the bigger one looked at me and then looked at the smaller one, and then they began to fight over me. While they were fighting, they were too busy fighting, I went around. Because remember, I'm trying to figure out who's this woman laying on the pedestal covered in light. So I go around them, and as I go around them, they're on each other. You would think it was an anime, but they were on each other. As I approach the pedestal covered in light, a third spirit pops up. This one I was really close to. This one, the top half, no clothes on. It was a woman, long black hair. Right between me and the woman on the pedestal covered in light. This thing tried to slither up, and I remember it's still covered in light. This thing tried to slither up, and I remember it slithered up to this ear, my left ear. I remember it as if it happened just now, and tried to whisper, "I love you," in my ear. I pushed it away, and I went and I grabbed the woman who was on the pedestal covered in light. And I was ready to go back towards where I came from, the door. We were going to find the door. It came out, right? This has to do with the self-love, because I picked her up just like this. And then I began to run, and then I woke up. So when I tell people that because of what my family was doing, the Francis, the Hicks, and the Mitchell family, and what they were doing to us as kids by trying to feed us to things like this, it happened. So when I woke up and I heard this, you know what I mean? I think she just posted this today.
Ancestors caught them, right? And with number 5 being here, that's creative expression. Your ancestors made themselves heard very creatively, right? Yeah.
Because they're blessed.
They came to this family trying to group together to get some
I'm being protected
here. Your ancestors are very territorial and protective over you.
Why?
They made a very, very quick decision.
Because
they gave you the spiritual guidance. And these people are trying to conjure something to affect your intuition by doing sex magic here. Because they see how confident you are and they're unable to bind themselves to you. They didn't have any kind of luck either because your spiritual protector caught them as well.
Which means they couldn't do it.
To forge a new path where there isn't one. And these people's path is now blocked for what they were dedicated to do, being hidden enemies. They're unable to bind you to terrible relationships. They're unable to siphon your energy.
Those 3.
They're unable to divination spy on your life, that you're getting to move forward. You've cleared up all the smoke. We've got the stag being here, number 8, is your 8th house, your legacy, but also the law of karma. The stag stands for royalty, authority, the lord of the forest. So you have multiple beings here, your ancestors, your spiritual guardian. You also have like Cernudos being here protecting you and bringing these people karma. Like they're unable to siphon you, they're unable to bind themselves to you, they're unable to like bind your relationship, like kind of bind you to karmic cycles. They're unable to do that. They don't have luck. They see how confident you are, they don't like it. But they're also unable to divination spy. So they're unable to get accurate information about you by pulling cards.
In a different position.
Like, again, they try to go to the source.
Coming out again.
Trying to see what you're thinking about. And then they got caught. They got caught by more than one.
Right.
Spiritual being. So it says demonic tax and
2, 4, 4. 3.
Becoming
2, 3, 4,
a zombie or NPC, disconnected and soulless. Like that's what they're paying for. They thought that they were going to be hidden to plant something new here. Again, it has to do with some kind of entity, a low vibrational entity. They try to plan, like in your subconscious, your mind, so that way you wouldn't be able to rise from it, so like not be able to recover.
But we did.
You wouldn't be able to cleanse out your energy. And you wouldn't be able to love yourself. So it all has to do with you being able to love yourself.
But we did.
Cleanse yourself of this entity. However, your self-love here is part of your purpose. And you got assistance here through telepathic messages. They know that you're telepathic as well. 222 at the end of your ring of vows, all area of your life is a very
1969
for like the past 2 weeks. It's just been coming out astrologically as well as the tarot. Yeah, that told you how to get abundance.
So then we start the entity, and like you said, the relationships, as you said, the toxic relationships, it represents, like I said, Shyla Cover, Elizabeth Francis, and June Paul. Those who I saw in 2019 in a vision that I drew, and I wrote it out. And here it is, 2026, and all of it is coming together. 12:10 on the clock. And it all has to do with the family doing this. Now, remember this. Now, as we read in Tobit, right? Somebody attached this woman with, like it says, for a wicked spirit loved her. Where did it come from? Somebody sent it to her to be attached to her. But as this man was traveling with an angel he didn't know was an angel, he gave them something so that he could what? Make the spirit go away so that he can be with her. Eventually they got married, had kids. He went back to his father's house, right? So all of this clicked 12:11 when I just heard it, just for like what, 20 minutes ago. We're already at 17 minutes on this. Like I literally just hopped up and got ready and got coffee, as you can hear it, and started, and then this pops up. So this, the whole key of this is because it's important to have self-love for yourself. Then why? Then those first three, they can't attach back onto me no more because we closed the door. If this is your case, meaning like if there's some relationship from your past, whether, you know, family, friend, or lover, you cut them off. The representation of the three spirits could mean any one of those three or all three together, but different entities with different names that wanted to do what? It wanted to stop me from picking up the woman that was covered in light, laid upon a pedestal. I'll never forget it. It's that big of a dream. And like I said, that's from 2019. They didn't want you to have victory. That's why it's in reverse. But you get in victory. Why? Because you're going to make it out through the door. Remember how she said confidence? And she said how they hated your confidence. That's why it was in reverse. They didn't want you to have confidence to what? To not settle. These other three, they want you to settle for them. They're toxic. They're demonic in nature. They have to go heal. And until they go heal, they're going to be what? Possessed by a wicked spirit. This is why it's important. As you just saw, we picked them up, did it twice, and then the door came out again. Like I said, I walked through a door. I was confronted by one, then confronted by two. 1 and 2 started fighting, and then I pushed around. And then I was confronted by the third one, and then I pushed it away and picked up the woman who was covered in light, laying on a pedestal, and I left. I woke up. And literally, so when people don't think that, and people say that things can't love, but you can see right there in verse 14, it says right there, the wicked spirit loves her and wouldn't let her go. She was offered to 7 other men, so 7 is key, and they all died right before they were going to consecrate the marriage. Usually is through, they all died. They had a graveyard in the back of their house. They was ready to bury this one to make it number 8. They were ready to bury him because they thought he was going to die. Why? Because the 7 other ones before him, they died. But lo and behold, because he was traveling with the angel he didn't know was an angel so that he can clear his father's debt, the angel helped him and taught him how to get rid of the evil spirits that infected the girl. And I'm talking about, this is 2026 just passed. This is what this has been representing. I could write a whole essay on this because it's real. And my family is that wicked that they wanted me to be the scapegoat. They didn't want me to have love. They didn't want me to have friends. They didn't want me to have an animal. They didn't want me to have a judge. I'm dead serious. All because of the secrets that my family, the Francis, the Hicks, and the Mitchells, because they're into stuff like this. And remember, that's the rest of the kids. That's not all of us. But you can see as clear as day. That's what it is. So remember this. It's important for you to love yourself, because it won't be able to attach without you allowing it. Not even if they sent it to you, it couldn't do anything unless you allowed it. Because of what? The power of love, and God is love. So remember, you practicing self-love it's a good thing. Stay woke.